Close your eyes for a second. No, really, close them. Feel that soft, warm blanket of comfort wrapped around your shoulders right now. The one that says, it's okay to stay small. It's okay to stay quiet. It's okay to scroll one more hour. To say tomorrow one more time. To keep the dream in the drawer where it can't get hurt. That blanket feels safe, doesn't it? It smells like the same coffee shop you go to every morning. The same playlist on repeat. The same excuses dressed up as reasons. And for a long time, I wore that blanket like it was armor. My name is your name, and 5 years ago I was 30 pounds overweight, drowning in $47,000 of credit card debt, sleeping on a friend's couch, and pretending I was figuring things out. Every Sunday night, I promised Monday would be different. Every Monday morning I hit snooze and chose comfort again. Here's the truth. Nobody says out loud, comfort is the slowest form of suicide. It doesn't kill you with a bang. It kills you with a whisper that says, you've done enough. Rest. Stay. And one day you wake up at 40 or 50 or 70 and you realize the life you have is no longer the life you wanted. It's the life you settled for because courage always felt too expensive. But something happened to me on an ordinary Tuesday that changed everything. I was walking past a hospital room, visiting a friend's dad who was dying of cancer at 58. He grabbed my hand with whatever strength he had left, and he said 6 words I will never forget. I wish I'd had the guts. 6 words, not I wish I'd made more money, not I wish I'd traveled more, I wish I'd had the guts. That day the blanket caught fire, and the only way to put out the flames was to run straight into the cold, terrifying, exhilarating winds of courage. This speech is not about shaming you for choosing comfort. It's about waking you up to the fact that comfort is a liar and courage, messy, ugly, trembling courage is the only way forward. Let me take you back to 2016. I had just been fired from my 3rd sales job in 18 months. My boss said, "You're likable, but you play too small to ever win big." I laughed it off in the parking lot, but when I got in my car, I cried like a child. That night, I opened my laptop to look for another safe job, something with benefits, a 401k, and a boss who would tell me exactly what to do so I never had to risk being wrong. Instead, I accidentally opened a private browser tab I'd hidden from myself 6 months earlier. It was a half-written YouTube script titled Why You're Stuck and How to Get Unstuck. I'd recorded one video, got 47 views, read the 3 hate comments and never uploaded again. Comfort told me, "See? You tried. It didn't work. Protect yourself." But something else, something tiny and furious, whispered back, "Or maybe you just quit too early." I stared at that script for 3 hours. My heart was jackhammering so hard I thought I'd have a heart attack at 29. And then I did the scariest thing I'd ever done in my entire life. I hit record. No fancy camera. No script memorized. Just me, a $30 webcam, and a soul that was tired of dying slowly. I spoke for 11 minutes straight, voice cracking, about the coward I had become. I ended the video with these words. If you're watching this and you feel stuck too, promise yourself, you'll take one uncomfortable action before the sun comes up tomorrow. I uploaded it at 2:17 a.m., shut the laptop, and threw up in the bathroom from pure fear. That video now has 14 million views, but that's not the point. The point is the 72 hours that followed. I woke up to 200 comments from strangers saying, "I needed this today." One guy wrote, "I just signed up for nursing school at 42 because of you." A woman said she finally left the abusive relationship she'd been documenting in her journal for 9 years. And I sat there on that same disgusting couch, tears rolling down my face, realizing something that rewrote my entire operating system. When you choose courage, you don't just save your own life, you become the permission slip someone else was waiting for. Comfort keeps you small. Courage makes you contagious. Now let's get practical, because inspiration without instruction is entertainment. Your brain has a tiny almond-shaped organ called the amygdala. Its full-time job is to scan for threat and scream, "Retreat," anytime you approach the edge of your current identity. That racing heart, the sweaty palms, the story that people will laugh, that's not intuition. That's your 400,000-year-old lizard brain trying to keep you alive in a jungle that no longer exists. Here's what neuroscientists at Stanford discovered. The amygdala calms down within 90 seconds if you stay in the fear instead of running from it. 90 seconds. That's literally the length of one TikTok scroll. So the next time you feel terror standing at the edge of a brave decision, set a timer for 90 seconds and stay. Breathe through your nose, out through your mouth, and whisper, "This is the feeling of growth." Because it is. But courage is not just biology, it's also theology. Every major spiritual tradition agrees on one thing. Your soul came here to become more than it was when it arrived. Comfort is the enemy of becoming. There's a line in the Bible that wrecked me the first time I actually understood it. I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? God, or the universe, or life itself, is always doing a new thing inside you. But you will never perceive it from the couch. You perceive the new thing when you're trembling, when you're rejected, when you're crying in the gym parking lot, because you showed up overweight and everybody else looks like fitness models. That's where the new thing is born. Let me give you 4 non-negotiable laws of courage I've lived by since that night in 2016. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else is more important than fear. Comfort compounds into regret. Courage compounds into confidence. The size of your life is directly proportional to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably handle. Every time you choose courage, you deposit evidence into your own nervous system that you are the kind of person who does hard things. And one day you wake up and realize the evidence has become identity. I want you to meet Sarah. Sarah emailed me last year. She was a 36-year-old accountant making 6 figures, married, 2 beautiful kids, and suicidal. Not because her life was bad, but because it wasn't hers. She had been a concert pianist as a teenager, played Carnegie Hall at 17. But her parents said, music doesn't pay the bills, so she chose comfort. 15 years later, she hadn't touched a piano because the grief was too heavy. In her email, she wrote, "Your video made me ugly cry in my minivan. I enrolled in a community orchestra that same night. I start rehearsal next week. I'm terrified I'll be the worst one there." 6 months later, she sent me a video of her first recital back. She was crying on stage after her solo, not from embarrassment, but from relief. She said, "I finally met the girl I abandoned, and she forgave me." Then there's Marcus, former Marine, 2 tours in Afghanistan, came home with PTSD so bad he hadn't left his apartment in 2 years. Watched one of my videos at 3 a.m. when he was drunk and suicidal. The next morning he walked to the gym, in 2 blocks away, hadn't exercised since the Corps. He told me the first day he could only walk on the treadmill for 7 minutes before he started shaking and crying. But he went back the next day, and the next. 18 months later, he sent me a photo deadlifting 405 pounds with the caption, "The war didn't end in Afghanistan. It ended the day I chose to fight for myself." And then there's me, 5 years later. I'm standing here having spoken in front of 50,000 people live this year alone. I have a team of 23. I wake up every day doing work that feels like prayer, but none of that would have happened if I hadn't been willing to be the guy who threw up from fear after hitting publish on a video nobody asked for. These aren't exceptions. These are the rule once you decide courage is non-negotiable. So here we are. You and me. Right now. You feel it. Don't you? That ache under your ribs. That quiet voice that's been trying to get your attention for months, maybe years. It's telling you there's a conversation you need to have. A resignation letter you need to write. A phone call to someone you hurt. Gym membership, a book proposal, a passport application, a forgiveness you need to ask for or extend, a dream you buried because someone laughed. Whatever it is, it's calling your name. And the only question left is, will you answer while there's still time? Because here's what I know for sure, after living on both sides of this equation. 10 years from now, you will arrive somewhere. The only variable is whether you arrive as the person who chose courage every time it was hard, or as the person who wonders what would have happened if you had. I want you to do something right now. Yes, right now while your heart is open. Take out your phone, open your notes app, and type the following sentence exactly as I say it. Today I choose courage over discomfort in one specific area. Fill in the blank. Be brutally specific. I will finally launch the podcast. I will ask her to marry me. I will tell my parents I'm gay. I will start the business. Whatever it is, write it. Now set a reminder on your phone for tomorrow morning that just says, courage over comfort, do the thing. And when that reminder goes off tomorrow, you will feel the fear. You will hear the old voices. But you're going to smile, stand up, and do the thing anyway. Because you are no longer the person who needed permission. You are the person who gives it. Listen to me. The world is starving for people who are willing to be brave with their lives. Your bravery is someone else's breakthrough, waiting to happen. So go, be scared, be messy, be laughed at, be rejected, be the beginner again at 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever age you are right now. Because the only way forward, the only way home, the only way to the life that keeps you awake with gratitude instead of regret is courage. Thank you for letting me stand in your fire with you today. Now it's your turn to burn brightly. I'll see you on the other side of the brave thing you do next. Go right now. The clock is ticking and your real life is waiting.